So yan, hello guys. So continue po natin yung lectures natin for Theory of Structures 2. So today, yung di-discuss muna natin is yung superposition method. So another method siya para ma-solve natin yung mga reactions sa indeterminate beam. Okay, so let's start. So sabi raw dito, the slope or deflection at any point of the beam is equal to the resultant of the slopes or deflections at that point caused by each of the load acting separately. So para mas maintindihan natin yan guys, so bibigay ako ng example. Halimbawa, meron tayo ditong, magdodrawing na lang ko. Okay, meron tayo ditong fixed-ended beam. Okay, then lagyan natin ng roller support dito. Okay, then let's say may point load tayo dito. Point P, tawagan natin. Then having a distance A, papunta dito sa fixed end natin. Then dito naman sa B, papunta dito sa roller support natin. Okay, then yung total length niya, tawagin natin as L. Okay, then syempre, since may roller support dito tayo sa free end, yung dati free end, nilagyan na natin ng redundant support, So, tawagin natin R, yung support dyan. Okay, or yung reaction rather. So, ano mangyayari dito? So, kung titingnan natin, indeterminate type ito. Bakit? Kasi, may redundant reaction tayo which is itong roller. Okay, so naging prop beam na siya, no? So from cantilever naging prop beam. So para ma-solve natin yung mga reactions diyan, so halimbawa may reactions din dito. So label natin ito as point A and point B. Okay? So halimbawa may reactions din tayo dito. Then reaction at B. Okay, so para makuha natin yung mga reactions diyan, so let's say yung reaction at B particularly, so ang ginagawa kasi natin, bine-breakdown natin. Ano? Yung indeterminate beam para maging determinate beam siya. So, anong example yan? So, halimbawa, i-analyze natin itong figure na to. Okay? So, siguro, ibang color. Ano? So, i-analyze natin siya. So, halimbawa, ito yung ito yung original beam natin, prop beam. So, ang gagawin natin, aalisin natin itong redundant support na to. Okay? Which is itong point B na to, yung support at point B. Okay? So, halimbawa, okay? Ito yung beam natin, cantilever. Okay, then lagyan natin ng mga support ng reactions. So ito yung external reaction natin, point P. Okay? So may point load tayo dyan. Then ano pa ba? Wait lang. So we have A, B, then L ito. Okay, so since tinanggal natin yung support dito, so mawawala yung reactions natin at B, okay? So ito na yung point B natin. Then ito yung point A natin. Okay? So ang mangyayari dyan, okay, since magiging free end na ito, so magde-deflect yan downward due to load P, Okay, so para magiging yung orientation ng deflection niya. Okay, so tawagin natin yung deflection dyan as delta 1. Wait lang. So tawagin natin siya as delta 1. Okay, then another naman, so ang gagawin natin dyan, so meron tayong delta 1 and kung titingnan natin, downward yung deflection, so therefore negative sign ito, Then for the case naman, wherein, ibabalik natin ito. Okay? So, i-analyze natin yung deflection ng beam natin due to the support reaction at B. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, i-redraw natin. Wait lang. Pagandahin natin yung beam. Okay? So, ayan. So, meron tayong point A, then point B. Then, di na natin i-consider yung yung external load P natin dyan, kasi ginamit na natin. So, therefore, ang gagamitin na natin is yung reaction, at B. So, ito na. Gamitin natin. Okay, so meron tayong length L dyan. Ano? So, ang mangyayari, due to this load, okay, or this support reaction at B, so ang mangyayari dyan is magde-deflect upward yung beam natin, di ba? Kasi pataas yun eh. Ito. And yung deflection dyan, tawagin natin as delta 2. Okay, since upward siya, therefore gagamitin natin is positive. Then we will be using compatibility equation. So use compatibility equation. So ipag-add natin tong dalawa. So kapag pinag-add natin, babalik siya dito sa original. Okay? So wherein, ang i-analyze natin, okay, kung titingnan natin, yung original natin dito, yung original beam natin, yung deflection natin sa point B is equal to zero. Okay? Kasi imposible naman magkaroon ng deflection sa rigid support. So lagi nyo yung tatandaan na at rigid supports, yung displacement or yung deflection natin is equal to zero. Okay? So we will be using compatibility equation. Okay? So we have delta 1. Okay? So since pababa siya, so negative. Then plus delta 2. So ito yung ibabalik natin, ano? Yung equal sign dito sa right side. So kung titingnan natin, yung deflection dyan is zero. Okay? Then, tawag dito, ayusin natin equation, lipat natin sa right side itong delta 1 or alisin natin yung negative sign. So therefore, we have this delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Okay? And ano yung mga laman nitong delta 1 and delta 2? Kung titingnan ninyo sa handouts, may mga formulas tayo dyan, ano, for the superposition method. So, yun yung disadvantage ng superposition method. So, kailangan nyo sa uluhin yung mga formulas. Ano? So, particularly yung sa deflection. So, yan yung pinaka-importante, yung deflection. So, usually, yung hinahanap lang naman is yung reactions. Then, for you, para mahanap yung mga reactions, yung pinakamadaling way is yung gagamitin natin is through deflection analysis. Okay? And usually, i-analyze natin yung portion or yung part ng beam wherein yung deflection is equal to zero. And nangyayari yung deflection na equal to zero dun sa mga rigid support and particularly yung mga redundant support kasi indeterminate beam case eh. Okay? So, ayan. And kung titingnan naman natin dito sa second figure, okay? So, paano ba to? Ibay natin. So, meron tayong dalawang loads, W and P. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin, naka-prop beam siya, then meron tayo ditong redundant support at point B. So, para makuha natin yung reaction at B, let's say, okay? So, ang gagawin natin, isa-segregate natin yan or i-breakdown natin yung indeterminate beam into determinate beam case. Okay, so kung titingnan natin, since meron dalawang load, ipaghiwalay natin tong dalawang load na to. Okay? Yung deflection na mai-induce ng dalawang load. Okay, individually. So, for example, itong load W na to, so magkakos siya ng deflection dito sa um, prop beam natin. But since tinanggal natin itong redundant support at B, so magiging free-ended na lang, magiging cantilever type. As seen in this figure, okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, itong W, magkakos siya ng downward deflection delta 1. So, ito negative ito guys, ano? Okay. So, aside from W, meron tayong point load P. So, magkakos din siya ng deflection, which is downward din, kasi pababa ito eh. Okay? So, negative rin. Okay? Then, kung titingnan natin, meron din tayong reaction at B. Okay? So, ibabalik na natin yung redundant support. Okay? So, since pataas siya, magkukos siya ng upward deflection. That is positive. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, ipag-e-equate lang natin yung mga negative deflections and sa positive deflection. Okay? So, yan yung superposition method. And, yung mga formulas natin dyan, okay? So, meron tayong mga formulas or corresponding formulas para dito. Okay? Makikita nyo yan sa handouts ninyo. Okay? So, another example, so para mas maintindihan nyo lalo. Okay, halimbawa, so mag-draw pa ulit tayo. So, halimbawa, meron tayo ditong um, siguro hindi na cantilever yung gamitin natin. Ibang case naman. So, halimbawa, ito yung beam natin. Okay, then may in-apply tayong load. So let's say W. Okay, so W. Then, let's say ito, point A and point B. Then, it has a length L. Okay? So, aside from that, gawin natin siya indeterminate wherein maglalagay tayo ng additional roller support dito sa midspan. Okay? So, therefore, yung mga available reactions natin dyan, so we have RA, RB, then tawagin natin point C yung nasa midspan. Okay? So, wait lang. RB. Then, ito naman, RC. So, ito, L over 2, L over 2. Alisin na lang tuloy natin yung L. Okay, hindi siya masyadong confusing. Okay, so yan. So, ang gagawin natin, since indeterminate case siya, okay? So, first step, para masolve natin yung, let's say, yung reaction dito, which is yung R sub C. Okay? So, step 1, piliin natin yung support reaction, so which is redundant. Okay? So, for this case, pipiliin natin itong point C. Okay? Kasi iyan yung redundant reaction natin. Okay? Dito sa midspan. The next step, okay? So, ibe-breakdown na natin yung beam. So, wait lang. Medyo naglalag kasi yung um, tawag dito, yung pad natin, pansulat. So, breakdown of indeterminate beams. Then, analyze the beam without the redundant support. Okay? Okay, so anong gagawin natin dito? So, una, alisin muna natin itong roller dito sa midspan natin. Okay, redraw natin yung beam. So, ito yung A, ito yung B. Then, ito yung uniformly distributed load natin. Tawagin natin W. Okay? Then next, kung titingnan natin, kung i-analyze natin siya, di ba? So due to this uniformly distributed load, W, so magkakaroon tayo ng deflection dito. Okay? Then yung deflection na yan, tawagin natin dito sa midspan, ano? So titingnan natin, i-analyze natin yung deflection lagi dun sa redundant support. Okay? Para mas mabilis yung pag-solve or madali yung pag-solve natin for the superposition method. Okay? So, ayan. Analyze natin dito sa midspan. So, tawagin nating delta 1. Okay, since pababa yung deflection natin, so negative ito. So, next step naman, okay? So, create, i-separate, same beam. Pero ang mangyayari dito, aalisin na natin yung mga external loads, ano? Then, ibabalik na natin yung redundant support. Pero hindi siya idodraw natin as support, ano? So, yung idodraw natin dyan is yung reaction mismo, ano? Caused by that support. Okay? But remove the external, applied load, then apply the redundant reaction, Okay? And analyze the deflection. Okay, so i-redraw natin siya. So, halimbawa, ito yung A natin. Ito yung beam natin, ano? B. Tapos, hindi na tayo magdodraw ng ano eh. Ano bang tawag dito? Ng external load natin, yung uniformly distributed. So, idodraw na lang natin is yung reaction at C. Okay, so tawagin natin R sub C. Okay, so ang tendency niyan, magkakos siya ng deflection upward, okay? So tawagin natin siya as delta 2. Then since upward siya, so positive yan. Okay? So ayan, L over 2 yan ano, sa magkabilaan. Then next, after that, okay? So mag-establish na tayo ng compatibility equation. Okay, so use compatibility equation. Okay? Kung makikita natin, yung compatibility equation natin, so at point C, okay, kung titingnan natin dito sa original beam natin, okay, so walang displacement dyan, ano, or deflection sa rigid support. So therefore, we use the compatibility equation. So negative delta 1 plus delta 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so ano equivalent ng delta 1? So, tingnan natin yung nasa handouts natin. So, anong case ba yung delta 1 natin? Okay, so by analysis, nasa case 3 siya, no? So, delta 1 natin is case 3. Tingnan nyo sa handouts. So, screenshot ko na lang tuloy. Then, i-paste dito sa OneNote. So, ito. Okay, case 3 yan. Then, may formula tayo dyan. So, M max, yung theta A, then yung delta max. So, pinaka-importante dito is yung delta max. Okay? So, for the delta 2 naman, anong case kaya yung delta 2 natin? Okay? So, magagamit natin sa delta 2 is yung first case. Okay? Kasi nasa midspan yung reaction at sin natin. Okay? So, i-paste ko lang dito. So, OneNote. Okay. Ito naman yung case 1 natin. Okay? So, yung delta 1 natin, that is equal to 5W L raised to 4 over 384 EI. Okay? So, that is equal to negative, or pwede rin, delta 1 is delta 2 na lang. Ano? So, ayusin natin yung equation. So, we have delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Okay? Para mawala yung negative sign. Ano? So, yung delta 1 natin, that is equal to 5W L raised to 4 over 384 EI. Okay? Then, yung delta 2 naman, that is equal to PL cube. Kasi nasa gitna, di ba? Yung R sub C natin. We have R sub C, L cube over 48 EI. Okay, halimbawa, inahanap sa problem yung value ng R sub C. So, given naman yung W eh. So, halimbawa, given na yung W, then yung length given din, then yung EI usually given din yan eh. Ano? Or kung wala, magka-cancel out din lang naman yan. Ano? As long as same lang din yung properties natin for the E and D, moment of inertia natin. Okay? So, magka-cancel out din yan. So, itong L din, okay? Then yung R sub C is yung kukunin natin. Okay? So yan yung step-by-step approach natin when using superposition method. Okay? And kung para mas madali yung pag-solve natin, okay? Ito kasi applicable lang to sa mga prop beams, ano? So ito yung mabilisan ng pag-solve. Okay? So we don't have to use this step-by-step approach. So instead, diretso na lang tayo dito sa formula. As long as dapat masunod niya yung orientation ng figure natin dito sa prop beam. Okay, sa kanya-kanyang case. So halimbawa, ito, for this case, ano, may support dito, then kinukuha natin, say for example, yung value ng reaction dito. Okay? At the redundant support, that is equal to P times A squared times 3L minus A over 2L cube. Okay? Then for this case naman, halimbawa kapag uniformly distributed, R is equal to 3 over 8 WL. Ano? So, hindi na tayo magagamit ito. Okay? Yung magagamit pa ng compatibility equation. So, diretso na lang tayo dito. Okay? When solving for the the reaction dito sa additional support. Okay? Which makes the beam indeterminate. Okay? So, yan yung mga prop beam reactions dyan. Okay? So, ayan. I guess let's try solving some problems para mas maintindihan nyo lalo. Okay? So, let's start with sample problem 1. Okay? So, sample problem 1. Two identical cantilever beams in contact at their ends support a distributed load over one of them as shown. So, calculate the following. First, the deflection at C. So, may mga answers sa tayo dito, ano? Pero, dapat malaman natin kung paano natin makukuha yung answers dito. So, the moment reaction at A in kilonewton meter and the vertical reaction at B in kilonewton meter. Okay, so paano natin siya isosolve? So, una, i-analyze muna natin itong figure na to. So, kung titingnan natin, meron tayong dalawang identical na cantilever beams. Ano, hindi siya fixed-ended. Okay? So, itong dalawang cantilever beams, pinagdugtong lang siya ng internal roller. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung deflection at C, so sabihin natin ito yung point C. Okay? Ang gagawin natin is i-analyze natin itong beams na to individually. Okay? So, what do we mean by individually? So, ito muna yung i-analyze natin. Say, for example, itong second cantilever beam, then ito rin. Okay? Then, babalikan natin siya. Iko-combine natin ulit. Okay? So, makikita naman yan sa step-by-step approach eh. So, unahin muna natin itong um, cantilever beam na may uniformly distributed load. Okay? So, ayan. So, i-redraw lang natin. Okay, then meron tayo ditong uniformly distributed load. Okay, so tawagin natin yung W naught natin, walang binigay na. Okay. So, yung load natin dyan, that is equal to 12, kilonewton per meter. Hindi nakalagay. Okay, so sabihin natin 12 kilonewton per meter. Okay, so yung L natin, so that is equal to 3. Okay, so L natin is equal to 3 meters, then 3 meters din ito. Okay, a total of 6 meters dito sa kabuuang figure natin. So, kung titingnan natin, nasa ilalim ng beam natin yung internal roller. So, therefore, yung orientation ng reaction natin dito sa C, okay? So, yung R sub C natin is pataas, okay? Kasi nasa ilalim yung roller. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, okay, itong case na to, okay, anong mangyayari dito? So, since meron tayong dalawang cantilever beam, so hindi siya necessarily mangyayari dito, yung deflection natin sa point C is equal to 0. Okay? By analysis nitong isa lang. Okay, so ang mangyayari dyan, okay, magkakaroon tayo ng deflection dito. So, paano ba natin siya ito? Siguro ganito na lang. Ibang kulay na lang, ano? Wait lang. So, medyo naglalag kasi okay na. So, yan. So, tawagin natin yung deflection as delta 1. Okay? So, yung delta 1 natin dyan, guys, ay delta 2 na lang. Okay? Gawin natin delta 1 yung nauna. Yung nasa left part na cantilever beam. So, delta 2. Okay. So, for delta 2, para makuha natin yung delta 2, okay? So, i-analyze muna natin. Gamitin natin yung step-by-step approach. So, i-analyze muna natin yung cantilever beam. Maalisin muna natin yung internal roller. So, ano mangyayari dyan? So, i-analyze muna natin yung cantilever beam without the internal roller. Okay. So, we have Ito magiging W naught ito. Okay, or 12 kilonewton per meter. Tapos, ang mangyayari is magkakaroon niya ng deflection, ano? So, yung deflection natin dyan, so tingnan natin yung case natin dito sa handouts natin. So, anong case ba yung papasok dyan? So, we have case 9 ba? Okay, magagamit ba natin yung case 9? Okay, magagamit natin yung case 9, di ba? So, yung uniform load over the entire length of the cantilever beam. So, we have WL4 over 8EI. Okay, so yan yung isang breakdown natin. Then yung pangalawa naman, so babalik natin yung R sub C natin dyan. Okay, wait lang. Yan. Um, so hindi na natin i-draw ulit yung ano, yung uniform load ano. So yung R sub C na lang. So since pataas siya, okay, magkakasya siya ng ano? So magkakasya siya ng upward deflection, di ba? So yung R sub C, anong case ba to? So check natin yung nasa handouts natin. Okay, so concentrated load at free end ng cantilever beam. Okay, so pasok siya dito, ano? So we have um, RC L cube over 3EI. Okay, yung L natin that is equal to 3 meters. Okay? 3 meters ito, 3 meters ito. And kung since ito pababa, so therefore negative, ito positive. Okay, so kapag pinag-add natin ito, that is equal to delta 2. Okay? So bakit kasi pababa yung delta 2 natin? Okay, so ang ibig sabihin lang naman dito, kung ibabalik natin siya dito, so ipag-add natin to dalawa, then i-equate natin dito, okay, sa delta 2, okay? Bakit bababa yung delta 2? Kasi may delta 1 tayo dito, okay? So may kulang pa tayong isa, okay, which is yung effect nitong load na to dito sa cantilever, okay? Sa cantilever part AC, okay? Itong AC natin na beam. Okay, so ang mangyayari dyan, ano kung i-analyze natin tong figure na to, so itong 12 kilonewton per meter, ibababa niya yung beam, ide-deflect niya yung beam downward, then may magkokontra din dito sa internal roller at C, pero hindi niya i-equate yung deflection dito sa deflection na dinala nitong uniformly distributed load. So parang akit lang siya ng bagya, pero downward pa rin yung total deflection natin dito sa delta 2. Okay? So nasa downward deflection pa rin to. Okay? So therefore, yung delta 2 natin, that is equal to um, negative WL4 over 8EI plus RC L cube over 3EI. So, next naman is yung ito naman yung first cantilever beam natin. So, i-draw natin siya. Okay, so since nasa taas na yung roller natin, ano? So, maglalagay na lang tayo ng downward load. Okay, so tawagin natin R sub C. So, ibahin natin yung kulay. R sub C. Okay? So kung ito pataas, dito pababa na. Okay? R sub C. Then, since pababa ito, magkakos siya ng downward deflection. Then yung deflection dito, tawagin natin as delta 1. Okay? So yung delta 1 natin, that is equal to negative RC. L cube over 3EI. Okay? And kung titingnan natin, ano, by analysis, so hiwalay ito, ano, itong dalawa. So yung delta 1 and delta 2. So hiwalay siya, guys. Yung analysis natin dyan. Okay, kung titingnan natin, halimbawa, tingnan natin yung ano sa figure, 'di ba? So halimbawa, ito yung delta 2. Okay, then ito yung second cantilever beam, then ito yung first cantilever beam. So anong nangyari? Due to the uniformly distributed load, so bumaba siya. Okay? Yung second beam natin. So ang tendency, since bumaba yung uniform, yung second beam natin, so syempre yung first beam, bababa rin. Ano? With the same magnitude ng deflection, okay? Or same value ng deflection natin. So halimbawa, kung itong delta 2 natin is bumaba ng 10 mm, say for example, so therefore yung delta 1 din is magbababa rin by 10 mm. So ano ba yung magiging conclusion natin diyan? Ano? So we have delta 1 is equal to delta 2 lang din. Okay? Then, isubstitute na natin yung mga values natin dyan. So we have negative r sub c, L cube over 3ei. Okay? That is equal to negative w L raised to 4 over 8ei plus rc L cube over 3ei. Okay? Part A ito, ano? So, ayan. Then, substitute natin. So, we have, siguro, alisin natin, baliktarin natin yung mga negative sign. So, we have RC times yung L natin. Ilan ba? 3 meters. Okay, 3 cube over 3i is equal to, yung W natin, that is equal to 12. Okay, take note ng mga units, pakitandaan. So, we have 12 times, L natin is 3 meters raised to 4. Okay, so we have 8ei over 8ei. Then, minus na ito, ano? So, pinagbaliktad na kasi natin yung mga signs. So, we have negative RC times 3 cube over 3i. So, pwede na natin masolve yung R sub C. Okay, so we have R sub C that is equal to 6.75 kilonewton. Pero hindi pa yun yung hinanap dito sa problem, ano? Yung hinanap is yung deflection at C. So, para makuha natin yung deflection at C, okay? So, ang gawin natin, substitute na lang natin dito sa delta 1. Okay? Delta 1 is equal to delta C. Pwede rin itong delta 2. Okay? Kasi delta 1 is equal to delta 2 lang din eh. Pero, wag na natin pahirapan yung sarili natin. So, yung mas madali na lang na formula. So, that is equal to negative RC L cube over 3i. So, that is equal to negative 6.75 times 3 raised to 3 all over 3i. And that is equal to ilan? So, use your calculator. So, makuha po natin dyan is 60.75 over EI. Okay? So, we have 60.75 over EI. So, yan yung answer natin for part A. Okay? So, ayan. Wait lang. Uh, okay. So, automatic shapes natin. Then, so, yan yung answer natin for part A. How about part B? So, ayan. Sa part B naman, so yung inanap daw sa part B is yung moment reaction at A. Okay, so ang i-analyze natin, itong first beam natin, ito guys, ano? So yan yung i-analyze natin. So i-redraw natin yung figure. Okay. So meron tayo ditong reaction at A. Okay, then meron din tayong moment at A. Okay, so since wala namang external load dito, so meron lang tayo yung reaction at C, di ba? So yung reaction at C is pababa. Okay? So wait lang, check lang natin ano. Okay, moment reaction at A. Okay, yung inanap is yung moment reaction at A. So we have R sub C. That is equal to 6.75 kilonewton. Then meron tayong L is equal to 3. So para makuha natin yung moment at A. So moment at A. So since same lang yung reaction natin, ay yung direction ng moment natin. So negative. Yun is negative times R sub C times L. Okay? So wait lang. R sub C times L, that is equal to negative 6.75 times 3. So, yung moment at A natin, okay? So, that is equal to negative 20.25 kilonewton meter. Okay? So, next, for part C naman, okay? Yung vertical reaction at B na yung hinahanap. So, para makuha natin yan, okay, i-analyze natin yung second beam. Okay, yung second cantilever beam. So, we have 12 kilonewton per meter. Then, meron tayong 3 meters dito na length. Then, ano ba? Wait lang ah. So, yung R sub C natin, upward na dito, no? So, meron tayo ditong reaction at B. Okay, then moment at B. So, ang hinahanap is yung reaction at B, ano? So, summation of forces na lang. Vertical is equal to 0. So, we have RC plus RB is equal to W naught times L. So, we have RC 6.75. Okay, tama? 6.75, di ba? So, 6.75 plus RB, that is equal to 12 times 3. Okay, solving for the reaction at B, that is equal to 29.25 kilonewton. Okay, and yan yung answer natin sa part C. Okay, so ayan, zoom out ko lang. Then screenshot niyo before tayo mag-proceed sa next problem. Okay? So next problem tayo. Problem 2. Okay? So problem 2, a continuous beam is supported at each end and is provided with an additional support at midspan. So the beam carries a uniformly load of 8 kilonewton per meter and has a flexural rigidity EI and a total span of 12 meters. Okay, so ano yung mga hinahanap? First, reaction at the central support. So second, reaction at the outside support. So yung RA and RC. Okay, then yung C naman, which of the following gives the moment at the midspan? So paano natin siya makukuha? Okay, so first, gawin natin. So, redraw lang natin yung figure natin. Okay, so ba't hindi siya nag-automatic? Okay, ayusin natin. Hindi pa rin. Siguro, draw na lang tayo ng shapes. Yan. Tapos, lagyan natin ng mga reactions. Here, isa, then dito sa gitna. Okay, sa midspan, ano? Okay, ito yung original natin. So, meron tayo dito ng uniformly distributed load. Okay, so tawagin natin 8 kilonewton per meter. Then yung L natin is 6 meters. Then 6 meters. So meron tayo dito mga reactions. So tawagin natin A, B, C. So we have R sub A. Okay. Then R sub B, then R sub C. Okay, yan yung mga support reactions natin dito. Okay, so para makuha natin, ang hinanap dito sa part A is yung reaction natin at B. Okay? So para makuha natin yan is i-breakdown muna natin itong indeterminate beam into determinate. Okay, so i-analyze muna natin yung beam without the redundant support. So i-redraw natin siya. So we have 8 kilonewton per meter. So we have point A, point B. Okay, so ang mangyari dyan, due to this uniformly distributed load, magkakaroon siya ng downward deflection. Okay, and yung delta max, nasa midspan yan guys, okay? So, ayan, tawagin natin. Nandito sa point B. Okay? So, tawagin natin siya as delta 1. Then, negative yung sign natin kasi pababa yung deflection natin. The next one is, magdodraw ulit tayo. Same lang na beam, pero aalisin na natin yung external applied loads. So, ang meron na lang is yung reaction dun sa redundant support. So, yun na lang yung magiging reactions natin dito. Okay? A and B. Okay, then... wala na pala ito. So, yung ano na lang, R sub B, ano? So, itong R sub B, magkakasya siya ng upward deflection. So, wait lang. So, yan. Then, yung deflection natin, tawagin natin na delta 2. Then, positive siya. Okay, so kapag pinag-add natin yan, babalik siya dito. Okay? So, take note, is compatibility equation. So, we have negative delta 1 plus delta 2 is equal to 0. Okay, kasi at point B, ano, dito sa original, 0 yung deflection natin dyan. Okay, walang deflection sa rigid support. So, substitute na natin yung mga values ng delta 1 and delta 2 natin. So, for delta 1, so ito, anong case ba to? So, balik tayo sa handouts natin, check natin. Okay, so nasa case 3 siya. So, we have 5W L raised to 4 over 384 EI plus for the delta 2 naman, so anong case siya? Nasa case 1 siya. So we have R sub B L cube over 48 EI, ano? That is equal to 0. Okay. So, alisin natin yung negative sign. Lipat natin yan sa right side ng equation, yung isang delta natin, yung isang deflection formula. So, we have 5W L raised to 4 over 384 EI plus R sub B L cube over 48 EI. Ay, alisin natin yung positive. So, dapat equate na lang. So, equal sign. So, ayan. So, we have 5 times yung W natin, we have 8. Times L natin, we have 6. Ilan ba yan? So, yung L raised to 4 natin, so hindi 6 yung gagamitin natin, ano? So, 12 meters yung total span. Okay? Baka malito kayo guys, gawin yun yung 6, ano? So, yung L natin, ito yan. Okay? Kasi yung consider natin dito, sa superposition, yung mga formulas natin for superposition is yung buong length ng beam natin, okay? 384 EI. Then equate natin. So RB, which is yung hinanap natin dito. So we have 12. So wait lang, naglalag ulit. Okay na ba? So we have 12 raised to 3 over 48 EI. So magka-cancel out yung mga EI natin dyan. Both sides ng equation. Ano? Kasi magka-cross multiply lang. Then solve for R sub B. So ilan kayo makuha natin dyan? So use your calculator guys. Saan yung makuha natin? We have 5 times 8 times 12 raised to 4 times 48. So all over 384 times 12 raised to 3. So, makuha natin is 60 kilonewtons, ano? So, tama yung nakuha natin. Okay, yan yung sagot natin for part A. How about part B? So, yung reaction at outside supports. So, analyze natin yung beam natin. Okay? So, ito yung uniformly distributed load natin, 8 kilonewton per meter. Then, meron pa pala tayong redundant support dito sa midspan. So, meron na tong value, ano? So, we have 60 kilonewton, then RA, then RC. Okay, so 6 meters, tig 6 meters lang ito. Okay, so kung titingnan natin, ano, same lang naman yung ano yung distance ng point A and point C from the midspan. So kung titingnan natin, may makukuha tayong interpretation or conclusion dito wherein yung RA natin is equal lang din sa R sub C. Okay? So let's say summation of forces vertical is equal to 0, upward positive. So we have 2RA plus R sub B is equal to 8 times 12. Okay? So we have 2RA plus 60 is equal to 12 times 8. Ilan ba yan? So we have 96. Then let's solve for R sub A. That is also equal to R sub C. Okay? So 96 minus 60. Okay? So we have 16 kilonewtons. Okay? Yan yung answer natin for part B. So isin natin. Okay? So part C naman, yung moment sa midspan. Okay? So paano natin siya makukuha? So redraw natin. So magkakat tayo dito sa midspan, ano? Okay, so halimbawa, ito yung beam natin. So wait lang. So ito yung portion ng beam natin. Then nandito yung point A. Okay, so we have R sub A that is equal to 16. Okay, then meron tayo ditong, so ito yung point B, ano? So nagkat tayo dito sa part na to. Okay, so hindi na natin masasali yung internal reactions dito sa point B. So nandito yung moment at B. Then nandito yung R sub B. Okay, so we have 8 kilonewton per meter yung uniformly distributed load natin dito. Then yung length natin is equal to 6 meters. So moment at B, that is equal to 16. Okay, so we have 16 minus 8 times 6. Okay, so M sub B natin, that is equal to ilan? So 16 minus 8 times 6, we get negative 32. So we check lang natin, ano? So tama ba? 16 minus 8 multiplied by 6. So check lang natin, guys. Wait lang. Problema yung ano natin. Okay, so wait lang. Medyo nalito tayo dito. So M sub B is equal to 16 times moment arm. So hindi pala siya naka ano no, naka tawag dito summation of forces vertical. So naka-moment tayo 16 times 6 moment arm minus 8 times 6 times 6 moment arm 3. Okay, solve for M sub B. So we get negative 48 kilonewton meter. Okay, and then yung answer natin for part C. So last problem. Okay, situation 3 tayo. So ayan, screenshot nyo muna. So copy ko lang yung na situation natin. Okay, so problem 3. So meron tayong fixed-ended beam which supports a uniformly distributed load of 18 kilonewton per meter over the entire span of 10 meters and a concentrated load of 30 kilonewton at the midspan. So EI daw is equal to 5.494 times 10 raised to 13 newton millimeter squared. Okay? So, paano natin siya isosolve? Okay, redraw muna natin yung figure kasi walang available na figure dito. So, fixed-ended beam. So, drawing tayo ng beam. Then, sa magkabilang dulo niyan, fixed-ended siya, no? Okay. Then, meron tayong uniformly distributed load of 18 kilonewton per meter over the entire span niya. Okay, then meron tayo ditong, ito 18 kilonewton per meter. Then, dito naman is 30 kilonewton. Okay, so tawagin natin itong point A and point B. Okay? So, paano natin siya isosolve? So, kung titingnan natin, ano? Wait lang. So, ito yung point A, point B. Okay, magkabilaan. So, part A, ang hinanap is yung moment reaction sa wall. Okay? So, wala yan dyan yung case natin for the, ano bang tawag dito? For the fixed end moment, ano? So, pagdating dyan sa superposition method, pero ayan, ito yung formula natin for that. Ano? So, actually, nasa FEM table siya. Okay? So, wait lang guys. So, i-redraw ko lang yung figure. Okay, so i-breakdown natin siya into two. So first is yung moment caused by uniformly distributed load. Silang natin yung memo. Okay, pwede na yan. Then, okay, then another one is ito yung 30 kilonewton. So we have 30 kilonewton. Then yung isa is 18 kilonewton meter per meter. Okay, yung M natin dyan, okay, sa wall, using this formula, Wait lang. Medyo naglalag kasi yung OneNote natin. Okay, yung M natin dito, okay, that is equal to negative WL squared over 12. Then for this, we have, wait lang ah. That is equal to negative PL over 8. Okay, so nandito yung mga M natin dyan. Okay, yan yung M natin. Okay, so therefore, yung M wall natin, ipag-add lang natin yung dalawa. Okay, so M wall natin, that is equal to negative WL squared over 12 minus PL over 8. So meron na tayong L and mga values nito, okay? So negative W natin, negative, okay, 18 times yung L natin, we have 10 meters. So 10 meters ito. Okay, so we have 10 squared over 12 minus yung P natin, 30 times 10 over 8. Then solve for moment at the wall. So we have negative 187.5. Okay? So bakit kaya negative? Kung titingnan ninyo yung ano bang tawag dito? So actually mali yung orientation natin ng rotation ng moment eh. So dapat pag ganito siya, pa-frown face siya eh. That's why negative. Kung maalala niyo yung mga tinuturo ko last time, di ba? So ayusin lang natin yung paka-orient ng direction ng moment. So yeah, okay, so dapat pag ganito siya, no? Okay, so parang pa-frown face siya. That's why negative. So yan yung answer natin for part A. How about part B? Yung hinanap yung sa part B naman is yung moment sa midspan. So ang gagawin natin dyan is magkakat tayo. Okay? Dito sa gitna. Okay? So analyze lang natin yung left side. Okay? So ano mangyayari dyan? Wait lang, moment at midspan. So we have, okay. So ito yung A natin. Okay, di pa pala natin alam yung ano, yung reactions dito. So we have RA and RP. So ayan. Ah, so meron tayo dito ang 18 kilonewton. Ano ba yun? 18 kilonewton per meter, ano? So, wait lang ah. So 18 kilonewton per meter. Then, nandito yung M at A natin. So meron tayong value niyan. Negative 187.5 kilonewton meter. So wala tayong reaction at A. Okay, then yung length natin dito. So at midspan, papuntang midspan. So we have, since 10 siya, di ba? 10 meters, so 5 meters ito. Haba niya. Okay, so sabihin natin Ah, ito yung hinanap natin is yung M sub B. So, solve muna natin yung R sub A. Okay, kung titingnan na natin itong figure nito sa taas. Okay, so may interpret tayo dyan. So, we have RA is equal to RB. Okay? Magkabilaan. So, RA or 2RA, that is equal to 30. Okay, plus. So, summation of forces vertical is equal to 0. Forward positive. So, 30 plus 18 times 10. Then, let's solve for RA. Ilan ba yan? So, using your calculator, 180 plus 30, 210 divided by 2. So, we get 105 kilonewtons. Okay, so meron na tayong RA, 105 kilonewtons. Then, next, okay, magmo-moment tayo dito. So, we have M sub B. That is equal to negative 187.5. Okay, dito sa MA. Tapos yung RA niya, magkakos siya ng clockwise, that's why positive. Okay, so actually hindi naman natin kinoconsider yung positive or negative dito eh. So tinitingnan na natin dito kung magkakos siya ng parang frown face na moment, okay? Or magde-deflect downward. So pag ganito, positive moment, pero pag ganito yung magiging induce na may induce nung load or ng moment, so negative moment pag ganun. Okay, so we have negative 187.5 plus RA times 5 yung moment arm niya. Okay? Minus 18 times 5 times 2.5. Okay, yung RA natin, we have 105 na. Then solve for, sorry, natin yung summation dito. So M sub B. So yan yung midspan natin, ano? So we get 112.5 kilonewton meter. Okay, yan yung answer natin for part B. How about part C? So, ang hinanap dito sa part C is maximum deflection. So, by analysis dun sa figure, okay, so siguro copy na lang natin ito. Then, okay, by analysis dito sa figure natin. Okay, halimbawa, due to the load, yung external load natin, yung maximum deflection po, nangyayari yan sa midspan, ano? Okay, so ang hanapin natin is yung delta mid. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung delta mid, so may mga corresponding formulas tayo dyan. Okay? So, using superposition method ulit, okay, for fixed end moment. So, ito, delta mid natin. So, ang gagawin natin, i-break down ulit natin itong indeterminate beam. So, since meron tayong dalawang load, so, same lang dito sa part A, ano? So, kanina, moment. So, ngayon, true deflection na. So, wait lang. Ayusin lang natin. Then yung isa, siguro copy-paste na lang natin, ano? Para hindi tayo hirap. Wait lang. Yan, pwede na yan. So, for the first case, is yung uniformly distributed load, ano? So, yung kukunin natin dyan is yung deflection na mai-induce niya. Okay, so, and for the second naman is yung 30 kilonewton na load. Okay, so we have 18 kilonewton per meter. Then ito naman is 30 kilonewton. Okay? So, ganito yung magiging orientation, no, ng deflection niya. Then for this 30 kilonewton, ganito rin. Pababa siya, no? So we get delta 1. Tawagin natin delta 1 and delta 2. Okay? And since pababa siya, guys, okay? Gawin natin negative. Okay, and ano yung formula natin? So for FEM, halimbawa, uniformly distributed load, ano, yung delta max natin is nasa midspan yan. Okay, delta 1 natin, that is equal to, anong formula natin dyan for UDL? Okay, so we have W, L raised to 4 over 384 EI. Okay? And for the second case naman, which is yung may point load sa gitna, so yung maximum deflection is nasa midspan din. Okay, delta 2 is equal to, ayusin lang natin. Wait lang ah. Medyo naglalag yung OneNote natin. Okay. So, ayan. That is equal to PL cube over 192 EI. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin, delta mid natin is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. Then, substitute na lang. So, we have WL4. So, negative pala ito, no? Wait lang. Ayusin natin. So, use negative WL raised to 4 over 384 EI minus PL cube over 192 EI. Okay, so dapat yung unit natin is nasa millimeter. So, for the uniformly distributed load, 18 kilonewton per meter. So, same lang siya sa 18 newton per millimeter, no? So, we have 18. Okay, so, newton millimeter. So, alisin na tuloy natin yung units para hindi masyadong mahaba. So, take note na lang ano, sa consistency ng unit natin. So, yung L natin, okay, gamitin natin dito is 10 meters. Okay, yung L natin should be 10 meters. So, since dapat millimeters, so we have 10 times 10 raised to 3. Okay, raised to 4. Then, 384. Yung EI natin, so naka-Newton, millimeter squared, 5.494 times 10 raised to 13. Times 10 raised to 13. Okay, then minus, so taas lang natin to. So we have 30 kilonewton. So 30 times 10 raised to 3 para maging newton siya times 10 times 10 raised to 3. Okay? Then naka-raised to 3 yan, ano? All over 192 times 5.494 times 10 raised to 13. Okay, solving for the delta at midspan. So nandyan po yung maximum deflection, ano? So nasa midspan po. That is equal to negative 11.4 millimeters. Okay? So, ayan. Yan yung answer natin for problem C sa superposition method. So, that ends our lecture for superposition. The next naman is the three-moment equation.